Road trips are maybe the simplest form of vacation you can do. You just have a destination in mind and you go for it. I've never done a proper road trip myself, so I thought to give it a try, which is why I rented this. Looking at the situation, you may think I'll have to skip this trip, but I already came up with a solution. See, there's a way to not only get access to a free vehicle to drive, but to even get paid for driving it around. Yeah, it's a 9 to 5. This is Euro Truck Simulator, and we're currently at the farthest northern point of the game, Aberdeen in Scotland. The goal of this road trip is to go to the furthest eastern point of the game, Bratislava, and to do so we'll have to take trucking jobs to slowly work ourselves closer to the goal. This isn't really a planned out road trip, as our route kind of depends on where all the cargo has to go. But hey, at least we'll get paid. Our first job takes us from Aberdeen to Carlisle. The truck they gave us for this trip was surprisingly fancy. I mean, a cream leather wrapped steering wheel? You're spoiling me, Volvo. It didn't even take a minute for me to break my first law of the day, as I immediately went into oncoming traffic after exiting the factory I spawned in. What's more surprising, however, is that this never happened again, so I must be a fast learner at least. Anyway, I thought that just pressing W to drive seemed a little boring, which is why I turned on manual shifting, or at least the most manual option the game allowed me to take without setting up a racing wheel, so no clutch for me, I guess. Even without the need to clutch though, having to shift manually presented itself to be quite annoying. Now it's not like shifting itself is bad, it's more like that this... Oops. It's more that this truck has like 100 gears to get through, which, well, at that point it does get annoying. I found out that we actually have cruise control in this game, so I don't actually have to play it, which is nice. I can just sit, now I've turned it on, and now I can just sit here and like steer occasionally. And now this is just what I'm gonna do for the next 2 hours, I guess. At this point the truck basically drove itself. I still had to pull off maneuvers like overtaking myself. It's safe because I'm using my turn signal. But otherwise it was smooth sailing. At least until I had to drive onto the highway. Holy shit, this truck is slow. Don't tell me you can't get up this hill. Nah. Oh shoot, I'm in 11th gear. That may be the reason why. The game just lets you do that? Oh, I thought it may be a little more, like, punishing or something. Oh shit. I also just pulled that off in front of a police officer. There he goes. He does not seem to care about what just happened in front of his eyes. To my surprise, that was only one of many police officers I met during my trip through the UK. On the same road, I almost crashed head-on into a different police officer who didn't seem to care either. That's not what intrigues me the most about these officers though. What I'm really wondering is, why do so many of them patrol the meadows? I'm pretty sure the only dangerous thing here is my driving style, which is what they seem to care about the least. After spotting the third officer, I decided to be a little more careful though. Okay, so I better behave. Let's use our turn signals and check our blind spots and almost crash into that sign. Then there's all of these slow drivers. What are you braking for? Oh, I tagged. God damn it. Frankly, that braking was completely unnecessary. I don't even know where the speed camera is supposed to be. There it is, like half a mile down the road. Hope you're happy with yourself. Finally, first signs of civilization reappeared. And not long after that, we finally arrived at our first stop, Carlisle. After delivering the cargo, I started leveling my long distance skill, meaning we'd be able to get longer routes in the future. After that, it was now time to pick our next job. I decided on one that would take us to Grimsby, hoping that from there we could ferry over to the Netherlands later on. The first thing I did in the new truck, after I first got lost in the parking lot, was to test out its acceleration by racing this small truck, thereby accidentally missing my first turn. Yeah, I have no excuse. I didn't even win. After I finally got onto the highway though, I noticed that highway driving was probably the most boring part of the game. I mean, you really just sit there and... Later on, the game did try and make it more exciting by adding just an unnecessary amount of speed cameras. Oh, speed camera, I'm driving the speed limit. Wanna know a secret? I don't. Oh, shoot, yes I do. Oh, okay, so, guys, seriously, how many of these do we need? Okay, that's not... Oh, I just cut that guy off and... Thank God the police in this game do not use their mirrors. Oh shit. Oh, that was really bad actually. This truck rarely leans into the corners. Oh, not again. And right now I'm stuck behind this guy. And we're going 30 miles an hour. That is dreadful. These guys are slow as hell and they're still leaving me behind. But I'm afraid that if I shift down, my engine is going to explode. And well, this isn't my truck, so you probably shouldn't do that. Guys, I can't be stuck in virtual traffic. This isn't... Oh, finally, are we speeding up again? Please? Please? Why are we still going 30? They're all gone. What is... Hold on. Is it illegal to overtake him like that? I mean, I am. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to. I mean, I probably broke some kind of law there. Oh great, now they're stuck behind me. That's even better. I'm just looking around the truck, you know, as it is my workplace at the moment, and I'm pretty sure they took the gear selector for this truck out of like a washing machine. Ignoring the weird truck interior and the indecisive police officer in my rearview mirror, we have now made it onto the final stretch of this stage, as this highway will bring us directly into the city. You know, I never heard of Grimsby before, much like all the other cities we went to in the UK. But I'm really interested in how the developers portrayed the city's unique quirks, and this place looks exactly like the last city we went to. That's awesome. Now it was time to choose the next city to go to. Initially I was hoping we'd be able to sail over to the Netherlands, but there were sadly no jobs that went into that direction. We still have a chance to get to mainland Europe though, as one of the available jobs goes to Calais, France. Though we still have to cross the rest of England to get there, so better get going, I guess. After cutting off the third car of this trip, I left the city and went on to analyze the game's graphics. I still can't get over how bad these early maps look. I mean, the lighting is really nice. Yeah, I mean, like the sun rays hitting the leaves and stuff. And then you just drive past the building and it feels like you've been ported back into the Middle Ages. Yeah, look, that's so pretty. And then you just look at these buildings and it all just instantly falls apart. What's this contraption? And oh, I swear to God, we will flip this. Well, I say we. I will flip this truck at some point. Oh, how did that happen? How did this happen? What the? How did I manage to get into this situation? What? I mean, I called it, I guess. I do like being right. That may have been the game getting revenge on me for making fun of its graphics, because watching it back I still have no clue how exactly I managed to pull that off. Something I didn't think of at the time, but what really interests me now though, is how the tow truck people managed to pull me out of that situation. But that's a conversation for a different day. Speaking of day, after trucking through 2/3 of the UK, the sun started setting. The game gave me helpful advice for nighttime driving. Why is the game telling me to turn on the high beams on the highway? I guess we're just blinding oncoming traffic now. During the tail end of this stage it started raining. To be honest, I'm surprised it took this long, considering rain is like the default weather on this island. Though I have to admit, even an expert driver like me wasn't thrilled that the bad nighttime visibility has now been made a lot worse. I finally arrived in Dover though, meaning Calais was just one quick ferry trip away. Oh shit, we're already there. That went honestly faster than expected. But we did just travel across the entire main island. I don't know what it's called. I do know though that went surprisingly quickly. I mean, to be fair, where are we? We're like... Oh no, that is we went right past London. I didn't... Guys, I feel like you missed a lot of it. That can't be all of it. Well, anyways, yeah, I guess we did cross the entire UK. That's honestly pretty cool. And now we're going to France. After arriving in Calais, I had to navigate the port that just happened to be around the same size as the entire city of London. Holy damn, this place is busy. Oh. Also, I don't know who designed this, but I cannot see into the... I don't see anything. That seems like a design flaw. You can't just go into third person in real life. Now that we've made it to mainland Europe, we have to decide where to go next. The issue was, however, that none of the available deliveries in Calais really went into the directions I wanted to go. Luckily, I also unlocked the city of Dover on the way to France, and over there was actually a delivery meant to go to Luxembourg, so I just took that one. Now I just had to get on the ferry again, and it's like I just started this delivery in Calais. If you ignore the 2-hour ferry ride at least. Okay, so there may be a little problem I'm noticing right now. Now obviously because we're coming from the UK. We're driving a right-hand drive truck. The problem is we're not in the UK anymore. What the... What was that? Okay, so I'll admit that wasn't a very good maneuver by me. But I don't think that was my fault. At least the crash with the bus wasn't. Yeah, no, I totally deserved that though. Going back to the topic of highway driving, the highways in France were somehow even emptier than the ones in the UK. Wow, I love that the game is just spawning traffic in the opposite direction. It's very entertaining to drive on a highway without any people on it. Oh look, no, never mind, there's someone right there. I guess that's better than nothing. Oh, hold on, maybe I might... Oh yeah, no, maybe I'm the problem. They're not... Why aren't they passing me? I'm sorry, speeding? What the... I wasn't speeding. The sign said 90. I'm doing like 20 below. Oh fuck. Yeah, you know, the speeding ticket might be my smallest problem right about now. I don't think I'll be able to unstuck myself. My trailer got thrown above the concrete barrier. Okay, hold on with me. Yeah. Idiot me then pressed the wrong button, and instead of getting myself back on the road, I instead got towed to the nearest city. So I now made this route even longer than it had to be. Sure, this was a little annoying, but I was just about to face something a lot annoying. This Peugeot driver that drove on this highway on-ramp like they were me 6 minutes ago, struggling to understand the concept of a gearbox.
I think there's a chance here.
They seem to have figured it out.
Maniac.
At this point we were crossing borders into Belgium. Even here I continued the tradition of brutally hitting every guardrail I come across. Oh my... What? Ugh. I'm sorry, why did... I crashed headfirst into the barrier. How did my trailer take that much damage? I will also blame the rain for that accident. I feel like, you know, if the road were dry, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have happened. What is that? Did they just build a pyramid above the... Does this actually exist? Did they build a pyramid above the highway? Why? Okay, apparently Belgians just like to build random stuff on top of their highways. You know how Americans have those, like, roadside attractions? You know, like the biggest pistachio or whatever? In Belgium, I guess they have a base pro pyramid above the highway. And just as I say that, we're already leaving Belgium again. But we've now officially made it into Luxembourg. As I was heading into the city, I already noticed that the developers seem to have put a lot more effort into this place than any of the British cities. Oh, now we're just driving through a neighborhood, I guess. So the last time I played this game, all of the maps looked like the UK. Now it's actually really nice here. This is like an actual city. With a randomly placed traffic light in there. I can't even turn here. I don't know why this light exists. They engineered this traffic light specifically to just annoy you, I guess. Oh great, and another one. Thank you. Wow. After a lot more city driving, this is how big a city is supposed to be, by the way, London. We've arrived at our destination. Now my question is, will they notice that the truck is slightly damaged, or will they just... Well, I mean, of course they will notice. My question is, will there be consequences for it? Because, I mean, looking at my bank balance right now, I don't think I have enough money to even go to the gas station with this thing. Tolerable. I mean, that's... Honestly, I'm more than happy with that. And they only deducted $4 grand for me basically wrecking the entire thing. I mean that's nice. Considering I probably deserved jail time, $3,000 in profit wasn't half bad. For our next delivery, I decided to go to Zurich. Time to go from one tax haven to a different one. And they even gave me a nicer truck for this trip. I mean, look, it says super on the front. I mean, it has to be better. Oh, hold on. Like my sat-nav says I can't go over there, but there aren't those, like, you know, those crosses that are usually everywhere you can't really go. Can I just... Yes, I can, meaning I found a secret shortcut. I'm pretty sure these were added to the game to reward exploring, and even though I believe that this route was actually longer than the normal one, it did look nicer, so that's a draw? Where am I? That's actually really pretty. But please tell me this isn't a dead end. Oh No, I saved it. We didn't even leave the city and I already crashed the truck. Little did I know that I would crash my truck a second time. Still in Luxembourg. Oh, not again. I swear to... You can't make this stuff up. I chose the wrong turning lane. Oh my god. Let me just back up the highway. Oh. That is not good. Oh, maybe I believe... Oh, please tell me I have this. Damn, I'm good. Not even that immaculate reserving maneuver could make this less embarrassing. At least I didn't have to be towed back to the city this time. Since we're leaving Luxembourg, we're heading back into France. During this part of my trip there weren't any major events. Though to be fair, I'm not sure what still counts as major when most of the stuff I do is... In France I encountered my first toll road. I can't believe I have to pay the state to do my job. Imagine paying to use essential infrastructure that I have, by the way, already paid for with my own tax dollars. Never mind, the company paid for it. I also don't pay tax to France, I don't know why I said that. But look at this cool rock formation on the toll road. Can you tell that nothing interesting happened during this part of the trip? Nah, look at this. Look at this person hogging the passing lane. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's also what I thought. Oh no, they're pulling away. That's actually... Nah, never mind. That would have been very embarrassing. Okay, hold on, what kind of road layout is this? Are we at the border already? I'll just follow this guy. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Okay, hello? Oh, there's nobody here. Who's supposed to check my stuff? Oh look, oh he's doing something. I'm pretty sure it's just playing mobile games though. Look at that, they have red police cars in Switzerland apparently. I didn't know that. Look at that, officially in Switzerland. And what is it with the cities in this game and having great views for no reason? This game is about trucking around Europe, and I feel like the developers put like all of their effort into creating these wonderful set pieces that you see for like 5 seconds. After getting past the border, Zurich was only a few minutes away. That's what I thought, at least. Okay, so hold on, where's the city? I'm there, but there's nothing here, there's just fields and stuff. Oh, that's not fair. I didn't even get the chance to go to Zurich. I'm just in some, like, business park on the outskirts. This was actually a pretty big problem, because as long as Zurich isn't unlocked, I can't take any jobs from there. So I had to turn around and actually drive into the city to unlock it, and then turn around again and go back to actually deliver my cargo. After that little detour, I successfully delivered the cargo though, and for our next job I took one that leads us to Graz, Austria. Which may actually be our second to last stop. I got to look at a very deserted version of Zurich a second time before leaving the city, but thankfully there was a lot of nice scenery still headed our way. Damn guys, what is it with these enormous set pieces? This is, oh shit, I have to... I had to go off the highway here. Oh my god. And it's... you can't make... We're at the most beautiful, like, part of our trip. In the Swiss Alps, and now it's raining. To be fair, I don't think we're staying in Switzerland for long. Yeah, no, but we're going into Germany. The Bavarian Alps are nice too, probably. Where am I going? I thought this is the border crossing. I'm just in some random town. Oh, never mind, there's the border. After crossing the border into Austria for the first time, and experiencing a tiny town with more traffic than the biggest city of Switzerland, we were already getting closer to the next border. Oh shit, you know what I see? I see a border. We're officially in Germany now. Oh my guys, really, we have to stop this. You can't pour the entire budget of the game into these set pieces. I'm probably a little biased, but this part of the trip through Germany was maybe one of the prettiest sections. I mean, the scenery, the pink lighting caused by the sunset, this person in their station wagon lacking all sense of spatial awareness. Ugh. I was just... what was that? Really, all you want during a road trip. Oh shit, what the? Looks like we're driving past Munich now. Oh, it's right over there. And I'm pretty sure that's the only, like, interesting place we're going to drive past for this for this route. At least in Germany. Oh shit, I maybe should have noticed that I didn't have my lights on. Now I don't really know how I got the fine. Because I mean, if a police officer saw that I was driving with my headlights off, they probably would have also seen that I was driving like double the speed limit. Oh shit. They sure as hell don't see it now though. Why is he... The NPCs are starting to brake check each other now. So things are going well, I see. I do feel a little better now that I know that the NPC's anger isn't solely directed at me. Anyways, that was it for the German part of our trip. As we are now crossing the border back into Austria. The main difference I noticed to Germany was that the toll booths returned. So I see they're playing by the French book. By now it has turned nighttime, and while that means that there's even less traffic on the road, I did notice a second issue. I mean, I'm sure during the daytime this looks really nice, but I cannot see anything. Oh yeah, great, a second toll. When I didn't just pay one 3 minutes ago. Oh shit, what did I... Oops. And with that we've pretty much arrived. In Graz, the highway just kind of ends in a traffic light, which sort of surprised me. That was a little too close for comfort. We did make it in one piece though. And I leveled up my high value cargo skill, so I could earn even more money on our final trip. Well, that was the plan at least. Yeah, so it turns out that nobody wanted anything to be delivered to Bratislava, which, you know, sort of derailed this entire video. I did, however, find a delivery going to Czechia. that coincidentally goes right past Bratislava. So by taking that job, I can just go halfway to Czech here and then just take a right turn right to our real destination. Before setting off though, I wanted to take care of something else. Now before we actually leave, is there like a place where I can sleep? Because I am kind of sick of driving during nighttime. Okay, no, hold on. We are in the middle of the city, and you're telling me there's not a single hotel I can stay in? To be fair, I don't think I could even afford a hotel in a place like this, but I mean, it would be nice to have options, you know? After testing my luck a final time with the local police force by not only running a red light in front of them, but almost crashing into them with my trailer, I got onto the highway for the final time. Oh, would you look at that? There's a rest stop. So we can complete the last part of our journey in daylight. That's really nice. Feeling well rested, it was time for me to complete the last 200 miles. Oh, that's not good. I believe I totaled the truck. It's 94%. On our way to Bratislava, we even got to see a tiny bit of Vienna. And with tiny, I mean this one gas station. The route also took me through this pretty little Austrian town that happened to be very close to the border to Slovakia, and oh, there we are. That was our final border crossing. We crossed the border like 1 minute ago. How are we already here? Gotta say architecture-wise, not very impressive at the moment. Oh no, hold on, never. Why am I trying to follow the sat-nav? We wanna go into Bratislava. I mean, okay, this place is definitely a slight tonal shift compared to the rest of the map. We went like through the most beautiful Austrian village a minute ago, and now we are here. There we have it. We made it across Europe, or at least the parts I didn't have to buy DLCs for. Honestly, I kind of enjoyed that. Just traveling across the continent, contributing a bit to society, though mostly truck repair shops. I don't know, maybe I can see myself doing this a little longer. Uh-oh.